Hey YouTubers, I really do appreciate you guys watching my channel and all that stuff, and I promised a lot of different things when I started this channel, and I continue and hope to deliver on these things. One of the things that we had talked about was talking about some DIY stuff, and I've actually got a DIY project that I'm pretty interested in, and hopefully I can video it along. I don't have a gun safe. I live in a decently moderately sized home with my girlfriend, and basically really don't have a lot of concern for locking my guns up, other than they might possibly get stolen. So I don't have a gun safe. I really keep a lot of my guns in different locations, so a gun safe's not really practical for me. My collection has gotten rather large, but I'm sort of satisfied with the way it is. But with that said, I still would like to build some sort of cabinet that might house these a little bit better, or something like that. So expect some neat things like that to come along, and maybe I might start a whole series on building the cabinet. I'm not a master carpenter, but I do know my way around some woodworking tools, so it should turn out pretty decent. But one of the main things I wanted to talk to you guys about, aside from the DIY gun cabinet business, and if you have any tips, feel free to show them in the comments. I'm willing to take anything. But point is, I want to talk a little bit about how seasoned gun owners, or even people who have been into shooting for just only a few years, how they treat beginners. Now, this is not everybody. And of course, not all beginners deserve to be treated equally either, because some of them are acting like complete jackasses, and they have to be sort of straightened out. But there are many people that I see that could be great potential gun owners and great proponents of the Second Amendment, and completely, totally on our side, so to speak. And these people are not really being welcomed into the community. They're given disinformation, and these are the guys that walk around the gun shops and say, "Oh, can I see that Glock? Can I see this Glock?" And what I mean by Glock is they talk about every single gun in the store as being a Glock. It's kind of funny to think about, but I've actually seen this happen before. And instead of being nasty to the guy straight up and being like, "Look, not every gun in the store is a Glock. Sorry about that. There's all kinds of different firearms. So you need to go home and get your terminology straight." That would be, instead of saying something like that, it'd be great to take the opportunity to actually talk to this person and say, look, Glock is a brand, and it's a type of gun, and it's a good gun, but there are other types of guns. Glock's not the only gun. If you want to refer to a gun, then we need to talk about a long gun, we need to talk about a handgun. We can talk about all kinds of different types of gun, pocket guns, whatever you want to talk about, but not every gun is a Glock. So let me show you a few that aren't Glocks, and what the difference between a Glock and what some of the other ones are. That's an opportunity to actually take the education to the person, as opposed to being just outright nasty to him. And I see a lot of this from the commando, or the asshole in the gun shop that's selling these. But I'm also seeing a lot of this in the community. I do open carry when possible. I'm constantly working, and of course, that's impossible to do that when I'm working. But when I'm at home, I like to open carry, and when I go out and about, I like to open carry. And I've seen a lot of, security guard type guys, and not really security guards, but they deem themselves the store security. And they walk around in a Walmart in a really tight t-shirt with a, huge Glock hanging off their hip, daring somebody to say something to them. And that kind of gives the gun community a bad name. So think about etiquette, think about manners. And if anybody has a question about, open carry, the state that I live in, Kentucky, we're very open carry friendly. But there's certain parts of Kentucky that are not so friendly towards it, even though they really have to be. So, being a good steward is very important. And explaining to beginners, that, you can't just go out and buy a 9 and, strap it to your hip. You need some training. And if you know a lot of about firearms, be open to actually going and training this person, helping them learn how to fire, helping them learn the range rules, helping them learn how to act. And that way, we would have yet another person in the gun community supporting our hobby and actually sort of a way of life, because I look at guns as a self-defense thing, and I'm also enthusiastic about them. So in closing, I'd say take the opportunity to take the newbie, the beginner, and maybe help mold them, maybe help, change their perspective around, about, how gun owners are. We're not all real standoffish people. We're very friendly for the most part, and we like to be very welcoming, but the community at large has sort of honed in on us as bad guys, as gun-toting nutcases. I hate that mentality, but the fact of the matter is, that's what's happened. So in order to get rid of that mentality, we're going to have to be good stewards and have good manners. And yeah, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, well, I don't give a fuck about what they think. Pardon my French there, but it's just the truth. I mean, it's what they say. I don't care what you think. Well, you really should, because these people are the ones that vote. These people will, and no matter how much you say, oh, well, in the Constitution it says, and all right, shall not be infringed. Yeah, they may not be infringed, but they may make things a little bit more difficult for you. So have an open mind, and, you might actually have somebody who really is very interested, and you're going to add another shooter, and hell, you might even make a new friend to go to the range with. I know right now, a lot of my friends have gotten out of firearms, and I'm kind of scrambling to find other friends to go shoot trap with, or whatever, or just go to the range with. So anyway, going to wrap up the video. Look for some videos on a cabinet. Look for a video on some trigger jobs. Look for a video on just general random stuff like I'm talking about right now. Thank you guys very much. I certainly appreciate you subscribing and watching my channel, and I hope I can be of some help to you. Thank you.